This week, talking about the side of real estate that you don't typically get to see. This is the behind the scenes, the misconceptions, the weird moments, and where the industry is heading next. Okay, one of the strangest reasons why I've had somebody sell a house is because the neighbor installed a heat pump and it was making noise, and so that seller decided to sell and move. On the buying side, I've had people purchase homes because of the numbers and the house number, and specifically chose that house just because of the house number. I mean, it had some of the features that they wanted, but if those numbers weren't right, they would have chose the house with the numbers over the house with the features. So has social media changed real estate for the better or the worse? I think there's two sides to that. I think a lot of what's presented on social media is not reality. And so you've got people giving advice that are saying what they think others want to hear. So this comes into, maybe it's an agent giving advice to clients, or maybe it's a trainer giving advice to the agents. They're telling them what they want to hear because that's what people want to see. But in the reality of it is not the same. So on that side, I think that social media has actually done damage to the industry. It hasn't made it easier. But on the other side, what social media has allowed is for an agent to be able to have free access to people. And so I can get in front of more people through social media than I would have ever been able to do 15 years ago. If I had to start over in real estate again from scratch and I had no database, no contacts, and no reputation, I'd try to get in front of as many local people as possible. So I'd be looking at joining clubs, I'd be hanging out at coffee shops, I'd be talking to other people in the industry, builders, mortgage brokers, lawyers, notaries. I'd be putting myself out there. I'd have a social media account. I'd start talking about what I'm doing on a daily basis. I'd have a presence. And then I just get in touch with people. This is a people business, so my first 90 days would be to connect with as many people as possible. So what's the one thing about being a realtor that the public perception is very different, or they just don't understand? And it's that when you hire a realtor, most people feel like they're hiring somebody to market their home. What you're actually hiring is a professional to help you get what you want. And what I mean by that, they're handling your expectations, your emotions, your stress. They're giving you guidance. They're helping keep deals together, how to structure an offer, what kind of offer to accept. So marketing is a small piece of the big picture of what actually goes on in real estate. Have I ever walked into a house and just felt like something was off? Like, this is even without having an inspection or disclosure, or prior to that. I would say absolutely. Houses give off an energy, and sometimes you just walk in and you feel the vibe and it's very positive, and other times you walk in and it's like there is something going on here. And even beyond like just structural or issues like that, it just, that sense of comfort that you will feel into a home or lack thereof is a real thing. And it makes a big difference on how homes are presented and how buyers and agents perceive them. In today's market, what's more dangerous between overpricing a home or underpricing a home? And I'll say actually underpricing a home I don't think is dangerous at all, because if you're too low, the price will get bid up. You'll get driven up to the market value. If you overprice, you don't ever get that opportunity to even see an offer, and listings do get stale over time. So if you've missed the mark and you're not willing to make that change, just sitting there and waiting in a flat to declining market is going to be a very frustrating process for you. As AI keeps advancing, the parts of real estate that I think will stay the same and others that may go away is, number one, to stay the same, the authenticity and those personal connections that are involved in making a decision and choosing a home that you're going to live in. That's not going anywhere. But I feel like the data availability and the way that information is organized and how quick and accessible that is going to be, that is what AI is going to streamline and make a lot easier for people who normally didn't have access to that. They'll now have access. And so that part of the business will go away, but the relationships, the trust, the guidance, that's not going anywhere. One thing's for sure, as the real estate industry has changed and evolved over the years, we've had technologies come in, and those technologies have changed the way that we do business, but they haven't changed the way that business actually gets done. And what I mean by that, it's about personal relationships. It's about being able to help people get a result. And agents that are able to get that result for people are going to have success. I also feel that there's going to be a higher level of transactions done by fewer agents as we move forward, that it's not commodity driven as much. Relationships matter. So if you're thinking about selling or buying in this market, you have questions, let's talk, let's meet, let's start building that relationship. Thanks again for watching.